Can you believe it? I cannot believe it, seriously. So the vote passed 67 to 27. In other words, they needed 60 votes and they got 67. So they passed with flying colors, as they used to say in school. I think they said that. Anyway, so yes, we can now move forward because they have voted to wrap up debate on this package. Now here's the thing. That is not the final vote. However, the final vote could be coming as early as later today. So I mean, literally, we could be down to hours from now until they cast those final votes on this thing and finally be done with it. Please, nobody hold your breath, okay? We've seen delay after delay on this package. This was supposed to be done 2 months ago, and here we are still talking about it. So as you can see, and as we've all talked about so many times now, there are so many delays going forward with this thing, but we could be literally down to just a handful of hours until they finally cast the final votes, and maybe they'll be done with this thing, because this is what we want to get out of our way so that we can move on to the reconciliation bill, which is the one where we are expecting so many good things to be in there. Potentially those $2,000 stimulus checks that have support from over 80 members throughout Congress, 53 members out of the House, 21 members in the Senate, senators, and 7 members from the House Ways and Means Committee that have all separately drafted letters so far this year and sent them out to the president asking him to endorse and support a 4th stimulus check in the amount of $2,000, as well as those recurring monthly payments. Now again, all of these letters and all of these requests, everything like this, have been directed toward the reconciliation bill. So everybody has been pointing toward this one, the one that we can potentially even open up later this afternoon, okay? That's why it's so good right now. As I've been saying for the last couple weeks now, you've got to make sure you're subscribed because literally things are changing so rapidly. And we're really hoping that they open this reconciliation bill up tonight, sometime today, so that we can finally start talking about it and actually get more details on the thing. Because as of right now, it's kind of like all hush-hush, like, oh, let's be quiet as far as what's going to be in it right now. They're just kind of giving us some really broad parameters as to what's going to be in this reconciliation bill. We don't know all the details yet, but as soon as they're done with this first one, get it out of the way, then they will disclose everything that's in that $3.5 trillion package. By the way, $3.5 trillion is practically double the price from what President Biden originally announced as what he wanted in that bill. It was a $1.8 trillion bill, and they bumped it up to 3.5. So they've added another $1.7 trillion. So for them to act like there's not money in there for stimulus checks and all kinds of goodies is like, yeah, right. There's tons of money in there. There's plenty of money to do almost anything you could ever want, right? I mean, they could practically build a yacht for every American out there. I mean, obviously not, but you know what I mean? There's a lot of money in there, tons of money. So my point is there's absolutely money in there to add stimulus checks, reform SSI. Remember that letter? We brought that to you, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or maybe a month or two ago. There was that letter that was drafted talking about reforming SSI in this package. And again, earlier today, I had that video out talking about this reform to SSI and how amazing that would be for millions of people. Good stuff. A lot of stuff going on. All right. I will keep you posted on that. Hopefully we can get some votes on this thing, some final votes. Let's wrap it up. Let's get it out the door and move it over to the House. Speaking of the House, Nancy Pelosi was out with some statements, and she once again doubled down on her statements saying they will not be moving forward with this package to pass it through until she gets the reconciliation bill in her possession. In fact, she said that they are not going forward without the people. In other words, they're not going forward without this reconciliation bill. So, again, Nancy and everybody in the House there, they want this big reconciliation bill. Actually, what's interesting, I don't recall who left this comment. Yesterday, somebody reached out a comment. I don't remember the name. I apologize. You're probably watching. But he said something along the lines of, I wonder who's going to hold it up the next time. Like, who's going to hold up the reconciliation bill? Is it going to be the progressives this time? Because, yeah, a lot of the progressives out there right now are really hammering down. They're basically sticking together. There's like 100 of them in the House of Representatives, and they're all sticking together basically saying, we're going to get what we want, otherwise we're just not going to vote for it. So they're really playing hardball right now when it comes to this whole reconciliation and everything going on right now. So we'll have to see, but that was actually a really interesting comment that I saw yesterday. So again, who left that? I apologize. I didn't catch your name. I thought it was maybe like Ralph or Raphael or something. Again, I apologize. I should have paid better attention to the name, but yeah, that's a really good point. Who's going to hold up the next one? Oh man, let's just hope that they come together. I mean, it's a partisan package, realistically, so it's only Democrats. I mean, they only need to negotiate between themselves. You know what I mean? So reconciliation means they're going to completely sidestep Republicans on this next one. So you would think that Democrats would be able to come together and just like compromise somewhere in the middle, right? Or do something. But yeah, progressives, they're kind of making it a little bit tough right now. So either way, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to give you that update. Let's move on to these nearly 10 million people that are going to be impacted literally in about a month from now, less than a month from now. And that is the expiration of unemployment benefits. Now, I know a lot of people in this community don't receive unemployment benefits, but it's something that we need to pay attention to, because if all of a sudden in 1 month from now, September 6th is the date when unemployment benefits actually end, there's going to be about 10 million, well, it's a little less than 10 million people that are going to be impacted. In other words, the benefits are going to be done, ending, done, $300 boost, gone. People who are self-employed, gig employees, 1099 contractors, people like this, sorry, but you're losing all your benefits on September 6th. We will have to watch this very closely. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the administration comes out and says, yeah, let's extend these out a little bit further. Because all of a sudden, if the unemployment rate is still what it is and there's still roughly, 9 or whatever million people drawing on these benefits, to just literally one day snap your fingers and done, all those people lose their benefits, ooh, what's that going to mean going forward? I mean, is that seriously, what's that going to mean going forward? That could be really, really bad. It could be really detrimental for millions of people going forward, right? Not only that, about a month after that, on October 3rd, we once again have the hammer coming down on the eviction moratorium expiration. Remember that? They extended that out by 60 days. Well, again, October 3rd, that's when that one ends. Yeah, we have a lot of things going on right now, seriously. So, potentially millions. I mean, we have like 20 million people just between the unemployment benefits ending and the expiration of the eviction moratorium, roughly 20 million people that'll be impacted by that. That is not an insignificant number. I mean, that's a ton of people, right? So, we have a lot going on right now, yes. And as far as stimulus checks go, yeah, I mean, they're still on the table. I get it. They're still alive and well. I mean, seriously, we have the letters out there. We have people that are calling on them. That petition that is just absolutely roaring right now. By the way, that thing is like getting signatures left and right every single day, getting a lot of support. Yeah, there's just a lot going on right now. So, yeah, anyway, one more side note. I didn't plan on talking about this, but I'm just going to quick mention it because as I was doing my research right before I started filming, I was looking at all these cases everywhere. It is like really crazy right now. Seriously. In fact, we are reaching numbers right now that we haven't seen in this country, like daily new infections that we haven't seen since wintertime. So it's really bad. I mean, yeah, I'm not trying to persuade anybody. I'm not here to tell you all this like medical stuff. I'm not that person. I'm just simply saying, according to what they're telling us, cases are absolutely raging right now. In fact, cases are like more than double what we were seeing at this time last summer, when last year was supposed to be really bad, right? No, right now is like really bad. So kind of weird. But at the same time, we're kind of seeing a weird replica of 2020 playing out once again. If this continues to spread at the rate that it is, I just can't foresee how they can go forward without adding more massive stimulus packages. In other words, they already have them on the table. It's just a matter of adding everything they could possibly ever want and dream of into these packages, including a stimulus check, fourth stimulus check, monthly recurring payments, all kinds of things like that. If it continues to go at the rate that it is, it's highly likely that there will be more restrictions, more businesses closing down, the unemployment rate will ultimately go back up. You know what I mean? So it's just all kind of intertwined. Everything is kind of wrapped together, right? So yeah, we just have to pay attention to all this stuff. So either way, I wanted to bring you this latest update. I will let you know later today what is going on with the Senate. I will watch it very closely, and I'm excited for them to open up that reconciliation and see what we've got inside.